feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Hey everybody, welcome to the post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank. I'm your co-host Ted Jenkins, sitting here with my co-host Lee Hosman. Of course, our guest today, T. Scott Jones, who is the #1 trial attorney in the state of Tennessee. Boy, if you got to go to trial, I got to tell you, you should have listened to our podcast today, and you should go to shrimptankpodcast.com. You will learn a lot about business, but a lot about the legal system and why T. Scott's the best at what he does. As always, every week right here on the Shrimp Tank, we try to bring you some of the brightest and best CEOs and owners in and around the city of Atlanta, the state of Georgia, and now across the United States. We're in many cities like Boston, Boca Raton, Los Angeles, Seattle, Houston, and many, many more. But go to iHeartRadio. That's the best place to download us, or Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, or SoundCloud. Get us in your car if you want to hear more of these great guests like we had today, T. Scott.
So, Ted, I will tell you, for the past hour, I not only learned a lot from you, T. Scott, but I also was thinking of what bad things can I do in my life, because I'd be very comfortable with you defending me as my trial attorney. Elaborate a little about your practice and what makes you so special as a trial attorney.
Well, I guess the reason I'm a little bit unique as a trial attorney, because I actually still try lawsuits. You know, I think last year I spent 27 days in front of a jury. We got a lot of folks that, honestly, they've let their trial skills get rusty. And until you're in the ring throwing punches, I mean, the reality of it is you can practice all you want, but, I mean, you actually have to step up to the plate. And, you know, do I win all the time? No, but do I certainly win more than I lose? Absolutely.
I like that.
You know, T. Scott, there are a lot of people in services businesses, whether it be accountants or mortgage brokers or attorneys, but you've learned to really separate yourself not only from the skill of what you do, but how you've marketed the firm. Why is it so important for people watching the post-show wrap-up to know that they can't skimp on marketing?
You know, because you've got to get your name out there. And, you know, the reality of it is if it looks chintzy or it doesn't look like good marketing, it's not good marketing. I mean, you got to be the most polished apple on the stand to get picked. And, I mean, that's the reality of it is. And, you know, I don't want to just be considered. I want to win.
You just gave Lee another one there.
Yeah, I've been taking notes the whole show. If you go back and listen to the entire show, I've taken a litany of notes, and you use that term as well as myself. So you're one of the only other people that use the word litany.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
used that earlier, but I'm thinking of that now. That's my mantra every day. I need to be the most polished apple on the stand to get picked, Ted. I love that. Absolutely. So let's talk about entrepreneurship, because as much as you're a trial attorney, you're equally as much an entrepreneur. Tell me a little bit about the adversities and the challenges you have to run through as an entrepreneur.
Well, I mean, obviously the adversities are failure, but, you know, when you fail, you need to learn something from those failures, and you need to take and implement the actions you took to overcome those in your other businesses and things of that nature. So, you know, being adverse, you know, as far as dealing with stuff every day, sometimes you have to lose to win. And, you know, you just need to take and all the lessons that you learn when something didn't work, and then go the other direction and or be willing to try new things.
Well, you know, T. Scott, an absolute pleasure having you come in today. Tell our audience exactly how they'd get in touch with you. What's the easiest way?
Probably the easiest way is via my website. It is banksandjones.com, or you can reach me at tscottjones at banksandjones.com, and the and is written out, A-N-D, as opposed to the ampersand. So love to hear from you.
What's the story behind the pinky ring?
You know what? I guess, you know, when you're going to walk into the room, you want to be noticed. I mean, you know, I see, you know, both you gentlemen look sharp. So, you know, I mean, I knew that I was going to be in bright company. And so, you know, I had to have any little advantage that I could get.
You got to listen to the podcast today that we have with T. Scott, because he talked about is the juice worth the squeeze. And he's a trial attorney, but you have to recognize as a business owner that you're on trial every single day. And it's not what you do at work that counts. It's what you do when people aren't watching you that counts. So if you want to win the battle of being an entrepreneur, that's what you have to do every day. It's not a 8-hour job. It's not a 12-hour job. It's a 24/7 job all the time. And you will gain on your competitors when you are working when they are not, and you are grinding when they are not. That's how you win the trial of being a business owner. This is your post-show wrap-up of the Shrimp Tank.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.